Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a reading to check in on this, oh my god, the storm. I feel like it is going to be a stormy moon. It's the new moon in Libra. Sorry, I like cut myself off while I was speaking. A new moon in Libra. It's also a solar eclipse, so I'm not surprised to already see some sort of intense energies coming through here. I feel like this could be like a major shift. I was reading about this moon as well. It was saying things about conflicts and change are like on the agenda here, but also it was saying that a lot of the decisions you make at this point in time are really going to affect the next 6 months. Like a lot of the habits that you establish and the like the habits you quit and like the way that you start asserting yourself in certain relationships and things like that. I think it was the yoga journal I was reading about. So if you want to read that article, I would just look, like Google, this is what I did. I just Googled the new moon in Libra 2023. And that was like one of the first ones that came up. I always read about the moon from the yoga journal. So, all right, let's see what's going to be like where you guys are at right now during the course of this new moon. That's way too many, but okay. Where are my Aries at during the course of this new moon? Again, that's 2. Where are my Aries at? What are the during the course of this new moon? Oh my goodness. Okay, come on. Where are my Aries at during the course of this new moon eclipse, Spirit? Okay, this is more than one. What is Aries' current energy during the course of this new moon? Goodness. What is Aries' current energy, Spirit? Okay. The storm. Okay. Yes. Interesting. So I feel like there is going to be some stormy skies up ahead. And we have the riddle on the bottom of the deck. So let's look into this. This is number what? 47? Oh, I just flip to that quick, and that was on the bottom of the deck. The puzzle, the question, the mystery, a great awakening or aha moment, and then the dark side is manipulation, deceit, and trickery. So there could be maybe some sort of like confrontation or something like that. Let me see. Let me just fix this. That's bothering me. Okay. Go there. Okay. But let's get to the storm. Okay, the chaos, the whirlwind, and the disorder. And that's so interesting because right before I started filming this reading, like I went to pick this up. I picked it up like, well, let me not do it again. But like I picked it up like that, and the top came off, and the water like spilled everywhere. And I was like, oh my god. But now I'm like thinking, I wonder if that's like a omen of like emotional messiness going on here. Hello. Also, let's roll the dice too. We have Venus in Libra in the 5th house. Interesting. Very much about your romantic life, I would say. With all these 3, that's pretty much. So there could be a lot going on in your romantic partnerships here. But let's read this. Possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, this is great. The storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. Oh my goodness. Their disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There for a moment, you'll settle into the eye of the storm. So when light, meaningful obliteration and annihilation. When dark, meaningless disorder and dysfunction. The storm's intention is to rebalance your equilibrium. Oh, that's interesting because we have this Libra and it is the Libra moon. So that makes sense that these energies would come through. It is a result of precarious conditions, not the cause of them. So it's saying like, don't blame us. I feel like that's what Spirit's saying. Like, these precarious, conditions were already in place and it's time for them to go. And that's not our fault or something like that. That's like the vibe I'm getting. The storm lays bare the truth that there are forces larger than you. This understanding is a relief, but also a predicament of power that requires your surrender. So I think, excuse me, Spirit saying, like, don't fight this process. It's going to make it even harder. If there are things leaving your life, if there are situations like chaotic situations here, I think Spirit's saying, like, just go with it as much as you can. But let's get more insight into this. So you could be having a lot of emotional, because this is supposed to be a card of like where you guys are at, like what energy you guys are in. So the storm, so you guys could be the storm here. You could be the equalizer in your relationships right now is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Like you could be somebody that's usually, because you know how like the Queen of Cups has like, is like depicted, like imagine, let me see if I can just see her. No, but she has like that cup on her card that's like has a lid on it and it's closed, and that's usually making me think of like somebody that's able to like have control, emotional control. And that could be you. You know, you could be dealing with a lot of, what was it saying, deceit? Did it say that here? No, that was in the riddle. The riddle card said that. That was like deceit and dysfunction and things like that. So you could even be like almost like the calm in the storm most of the time. You could be like the peacemaker, the Queen of Cups, trying to understand everybody else. But I'm almost getting a sense like your lid is going to blow and like the emotions are going to come like spilling out. So let's see what else we can get here. What energy are my Aries going to be in during the course of this new moon solar eclipse? Whoa, okay. We have the World. Okay, very interesting. And what energy are my Aries going to be in? Oh, the Page of Cups. Okay. And then we also have the High Priestess here on the bottom of the deck. So, okay, interesting. I almost feel like, oh, we have to cover up her parts. Thank you. I'm almost getting a vibe here that with the World, I mean, this seems like very final, like something that was like very structured, or because we have all the fixed signs on the World card. It is also Saturn energy, I believe. So with all the fixed signs, it's like, this is, first of all, I'm getting like a tough lesson, but I'm almost getting that, looking at this card like just intuitively and not thinking about what this card means, I'm getting that there could be like a lot of like stubborn people around you that you're almost always having to go with the flow and compensate for. And I just feel like one by one, it's like you're going to be almost maybe like I was saying, losing control of your emotions here. With Saturn energy, could be with a boss. We have Leo energy here, Aquarius energy, Taurus energy, and Scorpio energy. So like there's like issues of power. There's like issues of what is right and wrong. Like I'm thinking of Aquarius with like humanitarian issues, like where you maybe are just gonna like stand up for yourself, like, you know what, this is wrong. Like I know I'm getting a vibe like that. Just you might have to do battle with some sort of like some formidable opponents here, like, or something like that. But like I'm getting that there's like a cleanse that needs to happen here. There's like an emotional cleanse that needs to happen in order for you to be able to move forward with more peace here. And like I feel like Spirit's saying like almost things might get stormy here, but like the waves are gonna like, you know, balance out again, or the water, how would you say that, like the tide is going to ease. I don't know if that's really the right way to say it, but like the waves, like if they were like this, they're gonna be like more like, because I'm noticing the waves aren't really that rocky. So, and even with the Page of Cups, I think this might be like the end of an era of you sort of like overcompensating for other people, and this might be the start of a new because like the Page of Cups is like a figure, like just start like having a new approach to your relationships with other people here. Like I'm not surprised we got a like a member of the Cups family, if you will, like, you know. But the fact that it's the Page and the, what, honey, my Kiki, what's the matter? Like my poor baby, she has the saddest meow. Come here, come here. I don't know what you want, because you won't let me pick you up. Hello. I'm sorry, I have to give her a little huggy for a minute. Mwah. 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 I love right. So what else is coming through for the Aries in this new moon? Where are Aries at right now? We have thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Interesting. Even this looks like weavings here like that. So weave together the crown you deserve. With the thorns, it's almost like there is like a dark side to this. There's some sort of like prickly situation. Again, there are other people depicted on this card here. And I think it's saying like it's up to you to sort of teach people maybe how to treat you or something like that. Oh, I got one. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. Very interesting. Okay, like this is cool. There's 3 people on this card too. So there's a lot about the energy of the group here coming through. But remember I was saying like your romantic relationships, I really felt like that. So maybe almost with the 3 people, there could be a sort of like love triangle, or this could even be about you. If this is about your romantic relationships and you're single, this could also be about you comparing yourself to other people, because it says I am always enough, lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. So there could be something like that where you're sort of realizing, I guess, your own worth and things like that, but like weave together the crown you deserve. I feel like you're going to be stepping into your power in a way here. With the world too, that's like a very authoritative figure where it's almost like, I feel like you usually are somebody that takes like a back seat and you're almost going to step into a more like leadership role. That's what this storm is sort of asking you to do here. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. That indicates movement. That indicates, it's almost like a telling off and then like this new beginning for yourself and this new harmonious time coming through. But it's like in order to get there, we have to like go through the storm. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting. Okay, so let's get these moon cards. Like we have like a general idea of where you guys are at, but I feel like there could be a lot of stubborn people around you that are almost where you're gonna have to stand up for yourself like a little bit. And let's see. Even here, look, we have those waves again. So I feel like things are sort of in flux. This storm is coming through. These waves are crashing around. Emotions are crashing or spilling all over the place. Even how like this card was saying, like up is down and down is up. The center disappears. Like you're not even going to realize what's happening. It's almost going to be, your emotions are going to maybe be bubbling up on the surface, and you're gonna, but I don't know, but I also feel like there's gonna be like almost like a harmonious resolution. So even if there are a lot of fights and a lot of stormy interactions with people, I feel like it's gonna end in a harmonious vibe where you're gonna feel good about yourself, you're gonna forgive yourself or something like that. Because sometimes the Page of Cups could be an apology where maybe you're gonna say, you know what, like, but you're gonna learn how to like apologize without like blaming yourself or something like that is what I'm getting. You're not gonna be afraid of your own self and the way that you act and your own emotions anymore, because you're gonna be realizing maybe that you kept them in for so long, and it's not good to do that. You're gonna be able to address things more directly, because you're gonna realize like when you keep things in, that's when it like explodes and comes out, you know, or something like that. So let's see what needs to be released for Aries during the course of this moon. I was really getting your romantic relationships here, but we'll see if anything comes through. I'm not really seeing that. So I don't know, maybe that has to do with the partner. Maybe like your emotions are going to come spilling out. Maybe you don't like the way that they've been treating you and you've been kind of keeping it in for the sake of like keeping the peace, and it's just going to come spilling out and you're going to really have like a big fight or something like that. And then your partner's going to apologize to you, or you're going to have like an honest discussion and things are going to be harmonious again, even if you decide to go your separate ways or something like that. So let's see what needs to be released here with this new moon for Aries. What energy needs to be released? We have the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. And what needs to be seen here? We have the energy is gaining momentum, and what is getting ready to emerge for Aries for this new moon. In Libra. Okay. Another full moon. Okay. And then, oh, this card again. Nothing is yet set in stone with the mutable moon. So things are definitely in flux here. I feel like you could be going through a lot of emotional, I don't know, I almost feel like, I'm going to look into this full moon in Aquarius, honestly, because that's a card I'm not too familiar with. Full moon in Aquarius. And this is what needs to be released. Even though this is a new moon and it's not really about release, I feel like we have like almost like what needs to be released, what's happening now, what's coming up forward. Like this is almost like the goal here, but like there's always, especially in like an eclipse, I feel like there's a lot of intense energy. So let's see what happens here. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special and makes you special. In a relationship, you are being too aloof or detached. Are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. And I feel like, okay, that's what I'm getting here. That like you almost try to hide your emotions or something like that. That is what I was kind of getting. Like keep the lid on or whatever. And it's like, I feel like what needs to be released is all these emotions that you've stuffed down and all these maybe if you've like let people like walk all over you, always try to take the high road or something like that, it's like something's gonna happen here where you're gonna have to stand up for yourself and it's not gonna be pretty. You're gonna have to speak some harsh truths to some maybe hard-headed people. Weave together the crown you deserve, thorns. It's just making me think that like blood is going to be shed. I'm thinking about getting pricked with thorns. Like you're weaving this crown to wear and it's going to be like out of roses, okay, but it's not always pretty. Like the thorns are going to get you and blood might be spilled during the course of like trying to you know, sort of step into a position of power. Like you might have to like not step on other people, but like really assert yourself in a way that isn't going to be pretty. Like that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting here. Let's just see what else is in this book. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. So I feel like this isn't going to be something, I think Spirit's saying, don't like harp on these things, like let the experiences happen, but then like move through them and like let the storm ease. That was kind of like the vibe I was getting. That's what the lesson is here, maybe, is like learning to like be more comfortable with your emotions in general. Because with the storm, that is all about like, it's representative of like the Tower card, Scorpio energy, repressed emotions. So I feel like a lot of that might be coming up. Okay, additional meanings for this card. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you, be there for them, and a situation is going to take a very unexpected turn, very similar to the storm energy. The teaching of this moon is that every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Interesting. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go of, or someone is thinking that they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. So that's very interesting. Like I feel like there's going to be like a lot of like unexpected situations here, and maybe there is going to be the end of a relationship here with Aquarius. How like I was getting those like romantic relationship vibes. So I think Spirit's saying like, because remember the message of this card was like precarious conditions were already in place. So if there is going to be some sort of like ending or some sort of maybe like revelation or something like that, I think Spirit's saying like you needed to see this needed to happen, like this wasn't good for you either way. And I think what needs to be seen is that without all this dead weight, without all this emotional baggage, like the energy, like your energy and your momentum and your ability to like move towards the things that you want is going to be greater, like in a higher probability. Like your ability to overcome obstacles is going to like expand. Even just this actual situation in general, like learning how to like deal with these stormy energies is going to like better equip you moving forward to balance these energies out like a lot more easily. And I feel like with these two fish here, there's this fish coming out. I feel like that's sort of what's happening. You're going to have a new approach to your emotions. Like you're going to be able to handle the intensity and have sort of like the the eyes of a child, where you're just experiencing life, and even though like the bad times were coming, like it's like still like you want to go play with your toys, like at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean, like you're still going to be able to find that joy in like a childlike way, like even with this spaceship, even like hanging out with your friends, even if there is a romantic relationship that ends, like there's going to be the friendships that you have that are going to help sustain you and help you to balance yourself out. The full moon in Pisces, like we can take a quick look. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's like the next card here. Oh, that's like a progression, like a real progression. This is going from Aquarius to Pisces energy, full moon. So that's very interesting. I'm just going to look at like, you're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. This is what's emerging. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate and avoids substance abuse. I'm just going to read the teaching of this moon. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numerous Piscean energies that have no borders. So feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. So what I'm getting is, like, you need to like be real with yourself here about a situation. Like this was talking about letting go. Are you being too detached, or is there just like a detachment with somebody that you're inquiring about maybe, or that you're in a relationship with, where we need to sort of clean house here, where spirit's sort of like taking it upon themselves to like clean house for you, in order to like move you forward, maybe towards finding a soulmate here, finding somebody that's more on your level here, like this other little fish energy. Maybe that's what this is symbolizing, that you're gonna meet some more like-minded people, and sort of be able to find that one person where like you're going to just emotionally connect, I would say. But I feel like in order to have that happen, it's like we first need to like emotionally connect to ourselves, and we can't do that when we're like stuffing everything down. Like this energy needs to come out, these emotions need to be released. We need to like sort of find out what our energetic set point is. And we did have this as the bottom of the deck too for the tarot, which is like getting to know yourself. This is Piscean energy as well. So let's see what the light side and the dark side of this moon is going to be. So what's the light side of this new moon? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And what is the shadow? Maybe I should move this all over. It's not centered probably, but it's okay. What is the shadow side of this? The Ten of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like the shadow side, let's start with that. Yeah, the moon. It's like things are going to come to the surface maybe. Like it's like there was like a surface level happiness, but I don't think it was substantial, because what is the light side is that it's providing you an opportunity to find something real and substantial in your life. Not that it's trying to minimize your feelings. Maybe you felt like this was something real, and you're kind of like, hey, like, you know, but I think Spirit's like, well, I think it was just almost like an illusion, with the moon and the Ten of Cups, almost like you thought it could be a fairy tale ending. You thought maybe you're almost settling for somebody that you almost felt like really knew in your heart wasn't right for you. And you had this sort of like fantasy of you guys like, you know, kind of like living a more simple life. Oh, maybe it's not the love of my life, but we'll be like really happy together. Like we'll have like, we'll both like work hard to make a life together. Like something like that, sort of like a vibe like that. But I think this coming through here as like the light side, it's like Spirit is offering you an opportunity to like, face reality. Oh yeah, because this was talking about like illusion versus reality. So I feel like you could be stuck in some sort of like romantic illusions as well, and like this storm energy is coming through to sort of shake that up for you as well. That's another thing here that I see, where yeah, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting here, because even with this rainbow, I mean, it's a little over the top here, like this imagery on this card, you know. So I think Spirit's like, that's why it's the shadow side, with the moon clarifying 100%. This is like almost like a fantasy. Like Spirit's like, you're kind of like living in a fantasy world if you think that this particular person that you're maybe currently talking to, if this is a romantic thing, like is gonna be your happily ever after. And like not that, like, I hate to say that because that could be like, what? Like, that could be very triggering, but I feel like there is somebody else in the mix. And you have to understand too, like, this also could be, it could be your message, this one up here that I was kind of getting, where it's not even about your romantic life at all, and it's just more about the people, interacting with different people, and like really getting a hold on your emotions and stepping into your power. But for some of you out there, I am getting this vibe that there are some like romantic illusions, and you would know that, you would know, because that's what we had, the High Priestess. It's something that your own instincts are saying to you, but you're not wanting to see or closing your eyes to, and just wanting to daydream and see this fantasy inside. I see the Seven of Cups and things like that, so just keep that in mind. Like, but yeah, there could be an opportunity for you to have something real if you just sort of like, almost like in the storm, or if you're like floating on, like, just almost, I'm getting a vibe of like closing your eyes and just letting like the current take you, even if it's a rough current, even if it hurts, and even if you cry and you feel upset, like letting the current take you where you need to go. And because yeah, with this I am always enough, don't doubt your worth, it says I'm always enough right here. I feel like you could be settling for something and telling yourself that it's like your happy ending, but you know that it's not. So only if that resonates, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're kind of like settling, this wouldn't be like your dream person. This would be somebody that you're kind of like, like, I'm getting to a certain age, maybe I could settle down with this person or something. But I think Spirit's like, the foundation isn't going to be built on anything solid. It's going to be built on clouds, and it's going to crumble, like this Tower energy. And that might be what's happening now to a lesser degree, but I think Spirit's saying like, that's what the dark side of this moon is, like, kind of making you face that reality. But it should be something that you most likely already know. So, all right, let's get some final advice for you guys, and then we are going to close out this reading. Oh, I wanted to get affirmations too. I forgot. Let's get those first. All right. What are the affirmations? Oh my God, what just fell? Oh, a pen. Okay. For Aries, for this new moon in Libra. Oh my God. Two did flip, but let's just get them one at a time, or let's not have half the deck fall out when we get a card. All right, what are the affirmations for this new moon in Libra for Aries? I am the guardian of my happiness. Yes, Spirit's like, but we're gonna help you see some stuff, so don't you worry. And even like with, if this is this other example with the other people in your life, it's like you have to have that sort of ability to express what you need to express and say what you need to say, and honor your emotions, even the angry ones, you know, but before it maybe gets to a boiling point. And maybe that's what this moon is trying to teach you, you know. You could be sort of going along to get along and kind of telling yourself like, oh, like this is fine, and then it all comes to a head. So once you release these emotions, you're going to move forward with a more realistic view of the way you need to interact with people. I really get that. All right. We have how I feel is okay. I don't need to explain it. What has been, what will be, will be. Almost like forgive yourself if there are any sort of emotional explosions, like there's nothing you can do about it, which I feel like you are going to do. I am grounded and centered. That's where you're moving to. I'm almost getting that vibe here, very much so. If there are any like explosions, like we're gonna like calm down and feel better. I breathe in love and exhale fear. Okay, that was just on the bottom of the deck. But let's get some advice for you guys. Just like look at where I could put these. I'll put them on the bottom. What advice do my Aries need right now? The most for this moon. The second bloom. Okay, let's see. All right, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. Your guidance is divinely guidance is like you might be seeing yourself distortedly, but you know something isn't right for you, or you're just not aligned with something, and you know that. That's like the vibe that I'm getting. Spirit saying follow your own knowing. This again is like in reverse. Alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony in reverse. I feel like Spirit's like you know something isn't right for you here, maybe. And like again, if that resonates, it resonates. Like if you do know that, like you know. And then, oh, we got two. Protection. call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. Yes, that's the vibe I was getting. And then we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling, and uplifting humanity. So I think Spirit's saying, like, we know it's hard, we know it's difficult, but yes, releasing all these emotions and all this baggage and all these people that don't appreciate you or just aren't a good fit for you, blocking them off, protecting yourself is going to help you to like rise and find what is really meant for you. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Yes, that's exactly the vibe I was getting up here. So establishing boundaries with other people in your life. Maybe there's a mix of both of this kind of going on, and there's just a lot going on right now in the collective. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know if you liked it in the comments, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye.